peoples. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all the New Year's babies. It's a lot of y'all out there. We need to talk before we even kick this new year off. And I say we need to talk because I'm talking to way too many of these young ladies who are out here having sex. And they were just not educated, and it's bothering me. So I've talked to not one, not two, not three, but four. And I feel like if there's four, there are more that are not understanding how contraception works. And some of you are listening and okay, so contraception is like birth control, the rubbers, the pills, the shots, the ring, that stuff. And so I need to make something abundantly clear because all four of these young ladies had the same response as we're talking about their dating life and how intimacy is going for them. And every time I asked, so you're on birth control, right? Their response was, well, I was, but I'm not having sex right now. Yeah. So the birth control pill does not work the way that the rubber does. By rubber, I mean condom, for those of you who don't speak that type of language. And it's fine. I'm going to try to make sure that I'm speaking the language that needs to be spoke. Because I used some words with these young ladies, and I think the words were too big. So I'm going to try to make sure that y'all understand this. And truth be told, some of the language that I use regarding intimacy and which is having sex. Well, no, there's other forms of intimacy, but y'all seem like y'all done skipped over that. And I ain't even talking about foreplay. Like, you can have an intimate conversation. You can actually have an intimate moment where neither of you touched, but you both felt something. You can have an intimate phone call where the both of you just dug really deep and penetrated one another's spirits and souls and felt it by the time you got off the phone. That is intimacy. It's not always a sexual thing. But I know when I use the word intimacy, when I talk to some of them, they're not really understanding what that is. So let me just put this disclaimer out there real quick before we even get started into this conversation. If this is not your lane, you are more than welcome to change the channel or keep scrolling. I do not mind. I'm here to help those that seem like they're disadvantaged. And by that, they may not have someone who is as blunt as I am speaking to them. My children are used to the way that I talk, but some people don't even have that. And so if this is not for you, you may be that person that feels as though you know it all. That's fine. You can keep it moving. I understand. I had somebody that said, I don't go to the gynecologist. That's for people that have something. She was almost, that. And I had to, catch myself. Like, baby, you sound real educated. Like, you nasty if you don't go to the OB-GYN boo-boo. Come on now. You spreading your legs and ain't took a trip to the doctor at all. Come on now. Oh, child. So, this whole thing where we thinking, I ain't having sex, so I ain't got to take the birth control. That birth control don't work like that rubber. You do not take the pill when you get ready to have sex. I honestly cannot believe that we have babies out here who are on the pill, who are getting this pill and not being educated. I'm not sure where the disconnect is. I'm not sure who took them to get the birth control. I took Mass to get hers. The doctor had a talk with her. I had a talk. My talk was going to be rougher than what the doctor gave her, because I know the talk that my granny gave me. My granny basically told me, if you effing, you could get a baby. If you got a period, you could get a baby. She went as far to tell me, if it could get hard, you could get a baby. Like, she almost scared me out of sex. Of course, it didn't work, but y'all know what I'm saying. So, if you are on the pill, the packet comes in, I believe it's 28 days. So there's like 4 rows. I'm trying to picture this in my mind. I don't want to get in trouble on here by showing nothing. I believe it's 4 rows of 7 days. You're supposed to be taking them every day. Now, for some of you, because I found this out as well, some of you stop taking it because it affects your cycle. It makes your hair fall out. It does something to your body. Here's the thing. You're supposed to take how you feel back to the doctor and tell the doctor what is happening with the birth control. Guess what the doctor's job is? To find you one that doesn't affect you so drastically. This is your body. If you're prescribed something that makes you feel uncomfortable or it's having a drastic effect on you physically, you then go back to the doctor and tell the doctor what it is doing so that the doctor can adjust the birth control. But you are supposed to take it every day. You do not start and stop birth control, boo-boo. You don't decide I'm going to pop this pill because I'm getting ready to have sex with him. No, baby, by the time y'all get up, you're going to be pregnant. That ain't... I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at y'all. But y'all got to get this understanding under control. And y'all can hit me up. I don't mind. Because the kids I'm sorry, not the kids, because they out here effing. The young adults that I speak to, a couple of them they've been to the house. Those I've been knowing those for years. I speak to some on the phone. I've actually talked to a couple parents because they ain't want to have that conversation, and I get it. I'm just not. I told y'all in another video that and that wasn't even my video, that was my kids video, where we talked about how Asia was uncomfortable with coming to me about needing birth control, and at the time that she was asking for it, she was saying that basically that temptation has set in and she felt as though she needed something. I completely understood that. I can't control my kids' hormones as they get older. You can't control yours either. But I also had to explain to mine. We have to have a conversation because I am a single parent with one job. I got a couple hustles, but if I got them couple hustles, it's because financially, we are already under duress in this household. So no, you're not allowed to bring another mouth in here, baby. I'm barely feeding y'all. That's just not how that works. So you have to have that conversation, and then you have to explain to your daughters how this works. You don't just give them the insurance card or the medical card, however they work in your house. You don't just hand it over and then send them to the doctor to get something. There has to be a talk. We have to explain some things. There have been some things that have come up in my household, and I have to sit my kids down and say, hey, no, that's not how that go, baby, because if you do this, this is what's going to happen. So young ladies, hear me and hear me good. If you are on the pill, take that pill every day. You don't stop taking the pill. If it is affecting you physically, you go back to the doctor and explain to the doctor what is happening so that the doctor can adjust the pill. There are different pills out here for different people. Everybody is affected differently by different things. You may get an antibiotic that don't work right in your system, whereas it work right in somebody else's. That's the doctor's job to go back and adjust that. I mean, my granny can't take, I think it's Tylenol with codeine, but she can pop Tylenol all day long. So they adjusted some things where when she has to get prescription Tylenol, it's regular Tylenol. Like, the doctor can adjust the medication, but don't stop taking the pill because physically it's doing something to you. And don't just stop taking it because you're not having sex. This is still a medication in a sense, and it has to adjust in your body. You're not going to get up and take a pill right before having sex and then think that that's going to hold you down. Get that out your head, baby. I just want you all to understand that. That just... The other issue that I'm a little perturbed with, because come the end of 2020, it was too many of you young ladies going to the doctor. And Jesus, I think the biggest issue, because it wasn't what I thought might have been wrong with these babies. It wasn't that. The biggest issue was that I think that the person that they were laying down with wasn't clean. I had one young lady tell me, well, no, he doesn't shower every day. And then my man, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, how the hell are you having sex with him every day? So I had to ask when she said that. I said, so are you all having protected sex or unprotected sex? And she kind of looked at me. I said, baby, I'm asking for a reason. And she was like, well, no, we don't have protected sex, but I'm on the pill. And I said, that pill is not going to save you from that dirty D. Let me say it again, because y'all ain't understanding this. Because she ended up with some issues that she wasn't understanding. She was like, but I'm showering every day. Just because you showering don't mean he is. And if he running his dirty D up in you unprotected, understand he's leaving the dirtiness inside of you, baby. No. And if you were prescribed something, I'm just keeping this all the way 100, because I'm realizing that when Asia tries to help educate, they either mock her or laugh at her. She even said, no, you're supposed to be taking the birth control every day. And somebody was like, who told you that? Baby. Y'all. To the point where my baby looking at me like, this is killing me. Don't worry about it, baby. I got you. And I mean, my oldest child, she was the first one I had to educate. I found them pills and was like, I found them pills and woke her up like, what the hell? What we doing? I'm not having sex. What? Get up. Get up. Let me explain to you how this works, ninja. So no, understand that if you all are having sex, if you all are not having sex, the pill is supposed to be taken every day. Don't forget it. Put an alarm in your phone so that it reminds you every day that you're supposed to take that pill. If you are having a problem with your personal area and you know that the man that you sleeping with, the young man you sleeping with, is not clean, and you allowing him to run that dirty D up in your little canal raw, that your canal is just as dirty as his dirty D. Now, when you go to the doctor to find out that that's a bacterial infection, take all the medication and tell him that y'all can't have sex until that is cleaned up within you. And then you need to let him know, if he don't get himself together, that you can't keep giving him that. I'm not saying I'm out here condoning premarital sex. Let me put all this out here. I can't be with my kids 24/7 just like y'all can't. But we got to educate them. There is no way I'm talking to these babies and all of them is thinking the same way. That means that nobody has told them different. And the last thing that I want to say on here is dads. I'm coming to the dads. I got to. This is the year that you teach your baby, the girls, because they could be your firstborn, they could be your lastborn, they could be the middle. But when a man get a girl, that's his baby girl. You all, please, your baby girls need to see the example of the men that they supposed to be dating in you. There is too many of them out here with the wrong men. It's way too many of them out here with the wrong man. Let me say it again. It's way too many young ladies out here with the wrong men. Dads, help your babies. Show them what it is that they're supposed to be dating. And get all in their business. Find out who the ninja is that they dating. Get all in their business. If you got to, go on the ninja social media. See what he been doing. And then come back and tell her, you can continue seeing him after I meet him. Because there's too many dads who daughters out here just doing willy-nilly. And the daddy ain't even meant to do. You and the mama ain't got to be together for you to tell your daughter, I want to meet him and make sure he good for you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We just don't have enough of y'all. And again, if this don't apply to you, you can scroll, you can change the channel. I get it. But I'm talking to the dads who have girls. And your girls is out here dating people they should not be dating. Set the example for your child. If you feel as though she's a queen. Treat her like a queen yourself. So when she's dating this guy, she understands he's not supposed to treat her that way. If her daddy don't cuss her out and call her bees, the man she dating shouldn't be either. And some of y'all daughters out here taking just that, and y'all don't even know it. I had one tell me, she said, well, he was upset. And that gave him the right to cuss you out like that, baby? No. We don't make excuses for that. They too young. Oh, Jesus. If you 20 and that's your mindset, how does relationship looking at 30? That's all I want to know. How the relationship looking at 30 if your mindset is already to put an excuse for what he said about you and to you in your head. You, in your mind, you think that this is okay because you said he was upset. No, that's not right. And for those of you question this whole thing with what's the right age? Is it okay for me to be dating somebody older, blase, skippy? Let me explain something to y'all, because some of y'all out here who have unresolved daddy issues, and you younger, and you'll go and get a guy that's 6-7 years older than you. Understand, I need y'all to understand what narcissistic behavior looks like. Because you will have a man who 30 who will take somebody who 19. You don't know nothing about yourself just yet. And he's probably experienced a whole lot more than you. You should be questioning why it is that he wants somebody that's so inexperienced. What you bringing to the table? Other than your inexperience. That he then gets to shape and mold. I'm not saying all relationships like that are bad. But I want some of y'all to understand, if you got unresolved daddy issues and you out here dating older, that sometimes you open the door for a man to act like your daddy. Hell, I was 39 and was dating somebody in his 50s. And because I was struggling, I was having issues raising my kids on my own and everything, the first thing he thought he had to do was be my daddy. He wanted to tell me how me and my house finna eat. He wanted to tell me how I'm finna do my bills. Now, mind you, I've been doing this too long. So, I'm overly independent. I'm not going to lie about that. Am I overly independent because I had to raise myself? Yes. Am I overly independent because I didn't have a whole lot of assistance with my children from their fathers? Yes. So there's a whole lot that adds up to being overly independent. You develop this hustle mentality about you that's going to make sure that come hell or high water, you're going to put food on the table. But what I also understand is that I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. I done told y'all that before. I want to sit down somewhere at some point. I want somebody else to make a decision other than me. This is tiring. And truth be told, I know what that look like. But I also know what narcissism looks like. And when you come in and you try to reshape someone's way of thinking, someone's way of being, and it's not in a positive way, but it's in a, I'm going to tell you how to do this way. You can teach without being forceful in the teaching. I hope I'm making sense, y'all. So ladies, let's get this under control and get a fair understanding of birth control. Let's understand the level of cleanliness about what's going up inside of us. Dads, I need y'all to be that role model so your daughter know who it is she's supposed to be dating and what she should be on the lookout for. And lastly, if you all are out here and you are choosing at this age where you probably should be in college or starting your career, you're choosing to date older, I want you to take into consideration, if you have daddy issues that you have not resolved, you're going to open that door to allow yourself to be controlled right off the bat because you've never had that before. There's something on the inside of us that yearns for an authority figure. So up front, because up front, every relationship I done been in, up front, I didn't see anything wrong with a man actually controlling how things went. I was raised to be a Proverbs 31 woman by women that were never married. So to me, that makes all the difference. I spent a whole lot of time playing wife to my boyfriends. I can't stress that to y'all enough. So let's get this under control. Let's get to a point where we actually know and understand who we are, know and understand our worth. And if you are struggling with daddy issues, I would advise you to get them resolved. That's y'all keep seeing my candle my baby bought me. That's my aromatherapy candle. And I got a meditation rock. I ain't never had a meditation rock. The kids bought it for me for Christmas. But that's the only way I'm able to get through this. Because when I tell y'all I've been fired up talking to these babies. I had one that when she got here, I had to really lay into her. And I'm looking at her. I said, baby, do you understand what I'm saying? She looked at me and said, because a lot of Asia's friends call me mama. She said, Mama, I've been waiting on this talk. And when I tell you I brought a tear to my eye, I said, why? She said, I don't get this. I have to wait to get over here and talk to you in order to know what I'm supposed to be doing next. In order for me, she said, when I leave here, I know that I'm going to leave here feeling good. And I know there's something else I need to be doing. She said, nobody's telling me anything. She didn't go to college. And she's lost. She's never had guidance. She comes from a broken home. She has daddy issues. And she's making some bad choices. And if I can help it, I told y'all in my New Year's video, I told y'all I need y'all to help. If y'all are seeing girls, young men, I always find a man to talk to another young man. But a lot of times when I talk to them, I have to talk to them about being disrespectful to women. And I have to talk to them as if I'm their mama, explaining to them what they doing wrong. So if y'all have, I'm an open book. If y'all have questions, I'm talking to the young adults or parents. If y'all have questions, comments, you can DM me, you can inbox me. I do not mind. Because I'm already getting them. But it helps me sleep better at night that I know that those that are lacking understanding have clarity at the end of the day. I'm not licensed to do none of this. All I got for y'all is my testimony. And my testimony is backed by the kids that I have to help as well, which are my own. I ended up helping other kids because of my own. My kids are 23, 18, and 7. And everybody say, well, the 18 and the 23-year-old, they probably have the same problems. No, the hell they don't. I don't know where y'all got that from. No, they do not. I told y'all, my kids like night, day, and the final hour. All their problems is different. All of them have different daddies. And I hate to say it, but none of them got their academics or their personality from me. So when I tell you I'm constantly guiding, I get fought on guidance all the time. Parents, don't get discouraged when your kids don't do what you telling them to do. I can't tell you how many times they F up a budget. But every time she comes to me and she asks me how was I supposed to do this? Where did I go wrong? I'm going to have that conversation with her. I'm not going to give up. No, I'm never going to give up on providing understanding. I won't put here for that. Most parents are not. So we have to get a handle on what our kids don't know. And when you talk to them and they're honest, please, please, please understand they did not have to be honest with you. Now, if y'all wonder, and I'm going to give y'all the secret to this, I'm not going to get up off your appearance. I'm going to give y'all the secret to this. In order to get them to be honest when you speak to them, number one, don't judge them in their responses. Don't make statements, only ask questions. And hope that they're going to open up to you with the responses, but you can only ask questions. And the other thing is this, you have to be relatable. My kids only talk to me because I keep what I did all the way 100. And I done been through some stuff where when I open my mouth and say it, my kids like, Ma, dang. It happens. Life happens. We don't have no control over that. But what we can do is control the level of information we share. And I'm going to share everything that I know with everyone. If you ask, and if I can't get the answer, damn it, I'm going to go find it. So I just want you all to know we're going to start this year out educating one another. Let's get this together, y'all. We're going to decrease the number of youth that I'm talking to that seem like they're not getting this right. I love you all, and I will see you next video.